tomorrow. Ye that seek the truth, look no further, for I am the benevolent Candide, the most good-natured soul in the best of all possible worlds. And now, tonight, I will share my story, and through it the truth that I too have sought and discovered, hidden in the farthest corners of the farthest worlds, the truths of love, life, and philosophy. For there is no greater quest than that for philosophy, the very nature of man. You see, I was once brought up in Westphalia, housed within a castle among castles, below a king among kings, the Baron of Thunder Ten Tronckh. It was there that I learned of love, and there that I learned of that great philosophy, by both the fair and beautiful Princess Cunegonde and the dear old philosopher Pangloss, who taught me all things concerning cause and effect. His words I took to heart, and now pass on to you, that all is well, in fact all is for the best. But, you see, I was cast from Westphalia, for my devotion, my passion towards Cunegonde. I then saw much of the world in war and disarray, as I served under those ruthless Bulgarians, but still the concept prevailed that all is well and all must be well. But identity brings personal and prophetic truths for philosophy, for it is unwise and unfitting to merely accept the teachings and insights of others. I saw this as I travelled from peril to peril, woe to woe, holding to fleeting love, a fleeting philosophy, which rang hollow while I persisted and pushed on through tribulation. Still, however, raised as I was by Pangloss, that great philosopher, I persistently taught that all was well, and sought to find that impossible best of all possible worlds, which, however, as I continued to search, each one seemed more devoid of hope and love than the last. An old woman, whom I encountered upon my reunion with my fair and dear Cunegonde, advised me of a persisting conception on the very nature of man which I feel inclined to share to you all today, in order to fulfill your individual perceptions on the very nature of philosophy. She taught how every man finds himself the most miserable of all creatures, and the most tormented of all men, that all mankind carries this soul of self-pity. We found this all well and true, for every man we encountered and would ever encounter labeled themselves as the sorriest of all. Even Cacambo, my very faithful and diligent servant, although not a philosopher, taught me still, finding curiosity and intrigue, interest in all things new, expanding his mind through the approach of his studies. El Dorado, in its fine discovery, me along with Cacambo, finally offered unto me that best of all possible worlds, and yet, without my fair Cunegonde, all was vain. And so we persisted, we pushed on, with nothing but the stones of that holy place, that sacred kingdom. The return trip to my home world brought yet more philosophy, as I debated thoroughly with Martin, my chosen companion, he believing man to be wretched, doomed to misery, whether by distracting inquietude or lethargic disgust. Neither one of us was bending on our perception of philosophy, our perspective, and our epic journey finally came to a concluding end, and I found love to be empty, opinionated, much like that cursed philosophy that still prevailed through Pangloss's debates. For Cunegonde was no longer beautiful, and love faded into tolerance. Learn for yourself what philosophy holds true for you. This is my advice, but I stand true to that final thought, passed to me by that great dervish philosopher, for he said unto me, why meddle with the business and nature of man, for what signifies whether there be good or evil? And so, as I deeply implore of you, I will continue to merely tend to my garden, to forget the foolishness of all that philosophy, the philosophy that ended up killing James the Anabaptist, that philosophy that tormented my master. Well, in the end, you probably know a little more, maybe even more about philosophy than I do, but I hope you all hearken my advice. Thank you. You've been an excellent audience.